Good afternoon, Jamie Breen here. It is April 29th, 2024. Welcome to my vlog. Those that have been following me might notice that the background looks a little bit different today. We're actually shooting today on location from the Cloister in Sea Island, Georgia, one of the great properties in the world. I'm here attending a conference, something called the Retirement Advisors and Designers of America, which is a group that I've been a member of for about 12 years. Come here every year around this time. Tough duty, I know, but someone has to do it. But it's been one of the great joys of my life, and to come here and sort of a combination of learning and a little bit of fun. And so that's where we are this week. No expense spared in bringing you the vlog. Only the best for my viewers and me, of course. In any case, it's been a great time at the conference. We typically, what we do is we spend the morning going through some of the various developments within the retirement plan kind of marketplace and structure. A lot of folks that this is a fairly small group, but a group that's existed for around 50 years, and it's been largely made up of record keepers, third-party administrators, and folks like myself who focus a little bit more on investment sorts of issues. And really, it's a hopefully a thought leadership group where we're able to come together and kind of put our heads together and think and talk about ways that we might help our industry, the investment industry, to provide better services that are more conducive to success for people that are investing, participants in 401k plans and the like. So when I tell y'all what to do with your money, I guess part of the permission sort of framework that I have for that is being a member of groups like this, in addition to having been in the investment industry for nearly 40 years. I suppose today is as good a time as any, sort of reflecting on some of the things we're doing here and talking about this week. Today's probably as good a time as any to talk a little bit more about kind of my background and how I came to where I am, nearing retirement, nearing the end of my sort of what I'd call professional journey, but in some sense not. I don't see myself giving up ever. Trying to help individuals or help companies that help individuals with their investments. It's sort of become ingrained in me. I probably maybe a little bit less time on the production line of strategies, but certainly building philosophy to do strategies. Again, as I think I've said, the goal, my goal over the next 2 years is to swim from Catalina Island to Long Beach, and then swim from Dover to Calais in France. So it's tough to do both of those things and be kind of on the production line of investment strategies, but after a fairly long career at this, I think I still have a role to play. Anyways, I've been sort of 40 years-ish, nearly 40 years in the space. I came to it in kind of a weird way. My father, who also is not, he's mostly retired, but he still does this and that professionally. But he's 86, and he's a finance professor. He was actually a PhD in econometrics, and wound up as a finance professor rather than economics professor. But was as a financial economist, was one of the first guys to model the stock market with computers back starting in the 1960s, and had built really two very, very successful careers. One in academics, where he served as chairman of the finance department at Northwestern University at the Kellogg School. And then he also started an investment management company that managed money for some of the largest pension funds in the United States. So I got that to live up to, which is nice. But I began in the industry. I sort of spent several years working for a company that a pension fund consulting company, a company that helped large pension funds to sift through the various money managers and strategies that were out in the world and choose the best ones, the ones that fit both in terms of very good expertise of the money managers. It's pension funds operate in a way that most investment decision making is sort of outsourced to what I would term hired guns that specialize in, some maybe specialize in buying big companies that grow fast, and some specialize in buying corporate bonds, and some specialize in buying just companies that are domiciled internationally, et cetera, et cetera. And so those sort of sleeves in an overall asset allocation get combined, and the consultant both helps to combine the sleeves that make up a overall portfolio strategy, and then to choose the advisors, hired guns that might do the best job. So I spent 4 or 5 years kind of doing that, and then I having learned enough to not be a burden and they needed my dad's company probably needed me as much as I needed them at that time, because they had lost a guy that was sort of going out and telling the story to the various consultants and pension fund sort of corporate pension fund managers. So I took on the role of running the marketing and sales for the money management company, which I did for about 8 years, and I had a lot of fun. I'll say working with my father, it really it magnified both success and failure. When we'd have you get a final presentation with a big pension fund, and when we won. I don't know whether you've got electrical appliances. Of course, you have electrical appliances, but Underwriters Laboratories, UL, on every electrical appliance, became a client of ours, and that was one of the great days of my life. I sort of brought that, got the hook in the fish, and managed to keep it on the line. And my dad and I went and presented to their pension board, and we won. It was a great win, and one of the happier days of my life. On the other hand, when we lost, and I'm not going to tell you specifically those that we were not successful, American Honda, but when that happened, it was difficult. Probably so. Anyway, working with the old man magnified stuff. In any case, it's being in this role. I've come to be in this group after we had the pension fund money management company. We sold that business, and sort of had some no compete. We can't do this, we can't do that to contend with afterwards. But we started another company that was instead of managing money for pension funds, we started managing money for companies that manage money for other advisors, other financial advisors. So we're getting into a world of specialization. When you go and hire a financial advisor, typically the financial advisor doesn't buy and sell stuff for you. They outsource that to somebody. And so we started a company because our no compete allowed us to do this. We started a company which did that, and grew it, and had some very interesting. It didn't grow to be quite as big as the first company that we had, but we did have a little bit of success, but reached a point where we either had to invest a ton of money in sort of building a marketing sales force. It's with pension funds, big pension funds, one or two people can manage a national sales effort, because you leverage the pension fund consultants that are really gatekeepers, and you build good relationships there. And then if there's 500, say the 500 largest pension funds, one guy can cover that many people. You're not seeing them every week or anything, but you go out and see them when you're in their town, and send them notes and coffee cups and that kind of crap, just so that you're kind of known to them should their consultant bring you to them. So it's a much less people intensive, whereas there's thousands and thousands of independent financial advisors. So anyway, we had some really interesting things that we were doing, but we needed probably more resources than we were willing to put up to go and hire and build the big sales force we needed to realize success. And so we sold our company at kind of an earlier point in its development. We sold it to a group, and I worked for that group for another 8 years. I never really found a good role there. One of the things that I did, though, for a while was they wanted to get into the retirement plan business. And so I ran their retirement plan business and was fortunate enough to be asked to join this group, the Retirement Advisors and Designers of America, which is how I came to be in the group. And although I only in my current work tangentially kind of touch the retirement plan space, I really like the people, and I certainly like being at the Cloister, so I've just continued to come to this meeting. So gives you a little bit more background, so when I tell you to buy this and sell that, boy, I guess now you're really going to have greater respect. I'm not. But anyway, one of the nice things about being here at Sea Island is there's a great gym here, and specifically a great gym that has an indoor 25-yard swimming pool. So I was able to get in and swim this morning. I've been going, for those that have been kind of watching this, you'll know that I've been going between 4,000 and 4,500, 4,700 yards, typically in a workout. But our meeting started very early this morning, started at 7:30, and the pool didn't open until 6. So I was only able to work out for an hour. So I got 3,500 in this morning. Tomorrow we start a little later, so I'll probably do a little bit more yardage. So you'll be happy to know that while I'm here living the good life at Sea Island, I'm not shirking the training, which is very important. We're now, I think, 7 weeks away from Masters Nationals, so I really need the next 2-3 weeks to be strong. 23,000 yards last week, so building in good yardage and feeling good. I apologize also, my eyes are a little red. After our meeting let out today at noon, I went out on the beach and I got a little bit of sun goo in my eyes. So again, tough duty, but I certainly didn't want to leave my viewers hanging. And so this is where I am this week, and a short but happy vlog post. I hope you all have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.